everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Mike's Mini Motors. So I had to take the Megamoto mini bike off the lift for now because I'm waiting on the parts to get the motor in there. So we're going to get started on our go-karts. Got 4 different ones. We're going to mainly focus on this one and the red one, which is almost the same as this one. And then like this big guy here, it's going to, we'll have to wait on that one for a little bit. But we're going to theme them all like Mario Kart. So this one's green. Well, for now we'll repaint it, but it's going to be the Luigi Kart. We also have a red one we're going to do as Mario. We have the little kart, it's going to be Toad. And then this guy will probably be Bowser. And then once we get them all done, we'll actually play a game of Mario Kart with them. So let me go ahead and show you the other ones I got. And then we'll get to work on this one. Alright, so here is the other go-kart like the green one on the lift. Only real difference is it's got a bumper on it already, and it has a grate for the floor instead of this one, which has a metal panel. And then, like I said, this one will be the Bowser kart. I haven't even started looking into that one. I'm going to need for it. And then we got this little guy, which we're going to theme as Toad. And that one I'm actually building with my wife off camera. It's one she wanted to work on, so she doesn't really want to be in the video. So we're going to build that one off camera, and then I'll show you guys when it's done. And then this is the one I'm going to start on right now. Alright, so with the Luigi and Mario Kart, they came, when I bought them, they're just one-wheel drive. This single chain driven wheel. Not a fan of that, so we're actually going to switch them to live axles. I got them right here with make it actually 2-wheel drive, and then it's also going to upgrade the brakes to disc brakes, and we got brand new rims and tires that are much beefier than what's on there. So first, what I'm going to do is get my grinder and get this old axle and wheels off of here. There is already a motor plate on here which should fit the Predator that we're putting on here. I'll have to double check, but I believe it's already drilled for that. And once we get the axle on here, I have to see if this motor plate needs to move at all, and if so, I'll grind that off. But first is the axle, so let's get to grinding. Alright, so as you can see, I've got the axle off of there. I'll do some grinding and cleaning it up a bit. Just going to move the motor plate, and then I did start grinding a little bit on it, and then realized that the welds on it go like to here or something. They're really welded on there, so I figured instead of messing with it, I'll just leave it there and you know, just make it work there. So now gotta get the axle hangers on here. So we can do this one-handed. Nope. So the magnets aren't wanting to cooperate, but I'm gonna put the axle hangers here, get them welded on. It looks like I gotta clean up a little more paint off of there, and then we can get the axle at least mounted on here. I haven't welded since I was a teenager, and I wasn't really good then. So, gotta start somewhere though, and it's probably not gonna be pretty, but I'll do the best I can. Alright, so we got the first hanger, well, at least one side welded on. It's my first weld. Not super pretty, but hey, I'm learning, so it's on there. It's not gonna come off, so I'll pretty it up with the grinder, but first I'm gonna get the other side welded, and then the other hanger on the other side of the frame welded on too. Alright, so I got both these hangers on here now. You can see the welds. I kind of cleaned them up with the flap wheel a little bit. They're not, you know, professional grade or nothing, but those brackets aren't coming off. And you can see over here, this one. But for my first welding job in quite some time, I think it did pretty good. So now we get that axle put on here. Alright, so you can see we got the live axle all mocked up and make sure everything fit. You can see it spins nicely. Like I said, it's just mocked up. That's not even tight or nothing on it. But just want to test to make sure everything fit right, and it does. So I'll have to disassemble it again, and then we'll actually grind this thing, or not grind, but get a lot of the old paint off of it and repaint this thing because it's pretty ugly right now. And then once we get it painted, we can get the axle back on there, put the motor on there, and then do our brakes, and then this thing should be just about drivable. And just to make this a complete, no project's complete without at least busting a knuckle, which pretty much par for the course, so we're good to go there. Alright, so I ended up not liking how the motor plate sat and positioned the motor as is, so I did end up cutting it off. It was kind of a pain in the butt. But I took the old axle that was on here and cut it up and actually made some bars for here, and I'm going to mount this here. Brings it in a little bit. Yeah, and so we get that tacked together and make sure everything looks good, and then weld her up, and then probably call her tonight. I'm kind of pooped. So here we go. Alright, so got my crossbars and the motor plate installed again, welded in. So turned out decent for a beginner welder, I think, but I gotta clean up some of the welds a little bit better. But other than that, we're gonna start stripping her down, take the wire wheel to it, and clean a lot of this old paint and rust off of it, and then we'll give her paint, or coat of paint, excuse me, and then get the motor and axle and everything bolted on there and have this thing up and running in no time. Alright, so after spending hours last night with the wire wheel and grinder, I got most of the old paint off of here and the rust, and then painted it first coat last night and second coat today. You can see we went with the green for the Luigi theme. And yeah, and then I'm going to go ahead and get that live axle put on there. And then that will be the end of this video. Alright, so the wheel's on there, and it spins nicely. Just the wheels and axle and everything. The sprocket and brake caliper, brake rotor, are just kind of mocked up for now. I just put them on there just to put them on. In the next video, I'll put the Predator motor on here and get that all lined up. One thing I did realize that I still need to do, even though I painted this, is weld on, grab it, the brake caliper mount to hold the brake caliper over the rotor. And so I will have to grind off some of this paint I just put on, weld that up, and then repaint it. So, but that'll all be coming up in the next video. Thanks for watching.